Hey YouTube, here's Heiko. Again, reporting to you with a really random video. It's spring in Nevada. It's really not time to think about snowblowers, but usually it's the best time to pick up the ones that kind of gave up over the winter time. And then people are just like, oh, it's just sitting in the garage, not working, let's get rid of it. So I picked up this $30 Craftsman here. You know, it's not one of the most advanced, high-quality machines when they're new, but they're solid, dependable snowblowers. Has a 5.5 horse Tecumseh engine. It's all made in the United States. I don't even know how old this thing is exactly. I could make something up, like maybe in the 90s. Maybe a little newer, maybe in the early 2000s. Anyways, quick little video about something that everybody should know if you have a snowblower. So I kind of tipped it up so that we can look at the scraper. That's the scraper. And then also looking at the little skid shoes and the auger. So if you look at this, do you think there's something wrong with this? Yeah, there is. So it's somehow happened that the scraper is completely worn on one side and barely worn on the other side. And then we notice that on this little skid shoe here, there's usually like a 90-degree little bend, just like on the other side. And that is completely missing over there. So what those little skid shoes are for, they are the sacrificial lamb. They are the part that gets worn, that is supposed to touch the pavement of your driveway, the gravel of your driveway, whatever surface you are trying to snowblow on. And this is the only piece that's supposed to touch the ground. The scraper, even though it has a sharp edge, and it's supposed to scoop up the snow off the ground and deliver it to the auger when it's spinning, to then, shove it up a chute and shoot it out and blow it aside. The scraper is not meant to be in contact with the pavement. So how this is properly adjusted is the skid shoes are sitting on the ground, and you have, depending on surface of course, somewhere between 1/8 of an inch and maybe 1/4 or maybe 3/8 of an inch clearance between the ground and the scraper. So you're always leaving a little bit of snow on the ground. The scraper is not supposed to be in contact with the pavement. Same thing applies to the auger, because this is really an expensive piece, like one half, like those are two pieces. One half is like $150 to replace, and that usually exceeds the willingness of people to spend, when they repair a used snowblower. So anyways, this piece is not supposed to touch the ground. Once in a while a pebble will hit it, or you have uneven terrain, so it touches the ground. This is supposed to be 1/8 to 1/4 above the ground, and this is supposed to be even above that. And the only piece that really scrapes around on the pavement are the skid shoes here, because they're inexpensive. They're like $15 a set. And once they're worn, this one here is almost to the point where this lip is going to come off. So they're easy to replace, cheap to replace, and it just gets more expensive from there. This is the cheapest. This is like $30, and this is like $150, and this is $150 or $120, something like that. So those are the pieces that are supposed to be sacrificed. This is supposed to be only getting in touch with or in contact with a little bit of gravel or unevenness. And the auger is really never supposed to touch anything solid. It's supposed to only shovel the snow that the scraper picks up into the chute and shove it up, and then blow it somewhere. So if you look at snowblowers used off of Craigslist, make sure you take a look at this, because a lot of people get that wrong. Maybe this little scraper here initially just wore a little quicker than the other side, because maybe they had a sloped driveway, and then they just kept running it like this instead of buying a set of new, and then eventually the scraper was all worn. And if I'm looking at the dimensions of the auger here, looking at this side and then looking at this side, I think there's already some wear on the auger because it has been grinding around on the ground, and that's really not supposed to happen. I apologize for the terrible lighting here. I hope you guys can see everything that you need to see. Yeah, just a quick educational video on how the auger and the scraper and those skid shoes are supposed to be used. Maybe in a later video, once I have the replacement parts, I'm going to show you how I usually adjust those. You know, you're trying to start at the kind of the lowest settings, and then as the skid shoes wear, you can push them further out and further out and further out to keep the distance to the scraper. You know, this is maintenance. This is repair. Anyways, I hope this will one day help someone. And if you guys like those videos, even though really terrible video quality, you know, cell phone and all that, and outside in a sunny driveway, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. Take care. Bye.